People love gear. Whether you go to a baseball game or some kind of sporting event or a concert, you want a hat from the event, you want a shirt from the event, you want something, and you will not walk away empty-handed here at this wonderful Momentum Expo, first annual Momentum Expo 2018, held live in Berkeley at the Ed Roberts campus. This is a live episode of Power On, and we're so glad you're joining us. So speaking of swag and cool stuff, how about this CIL hat with the great logo? There's a name for that guy, isn't there? Is there a name for this guy? What is it? Wheelie. Wheelson, sorry. Yeah. Wheelie is his name. Wheelson is his name, and you can see he's in the wheelchair there. And this is the hat. This is a really handsome hat. One size fits all is what it says. You can adjust the back. Really sturdy hat. And then also, take that. Yeah. We'll be talking to the gentleman who just grabbed that from off camera. And then, of course, you can get this hat. These are on sale. I mean, this shirt. These are on sale here. But these are also available on the CIL website. So if you can't make it down here in person, don't worry about it. If you like what you see, you can purchase this on the website in the swag or gear section. This is says, be your own normal. Be your own normal. And this can go for just about anything, right? I mean, because everyone wants to be different nowadays. So whatever you think is normal, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a disability or not. It could be whatever your lifestyle choice is. But that's your own normal, right? No one can dictate to you anymore what's going on. I'm so motivational today. All right, speaking of motivational, I want to hold up this great publication. Of course, this is the Berkeley Times that you can find all over this fine city. And we're going to talk to the editor right now. I think you're seeing him in your shot. This is Todd Kerr joining us. Thanks for joining us on this live episode of Power On.
Thank you very much.
All right, now just to get it out there and get it over with, you are not related to the Warriors head coach in any way.
Steve Kerr.
No, Steve Kerr.
I'm asked very often. I'm also asked almost every day if I'm related to Clark Kerr, the former president of the university back in the day, and I'm not related to him either.
No, you're blazing your own Kerr trails.
That is correct.
All right, so what are you doing here at this event?
I'm here to enjoy it. Yeah. I'm very involved with the disability community, and I want to know what's going on. And I knew there would be a lot here today, so here I am.
How did you get involved in the beginning?
Oh, God.
We're going way back, right?
Well, Berkeley Times is a community newspaper. And when I say that, I say the most inclusive way that community exists. And so I remember being in the early days of the paper, being here, and I remember the opening of this facility and photographing Zona Roberts and this very memorable speech. It was a poignant day, I'll never forget it. And I just can't remember not being involved with the community and at Roberts campus specifically.
All right, so let's talk about this publication because it's a really nice publication. It's obvious, you know, there's a lot of information in it. It's a thick kind of paper, and this comes out
It comes out twice a month.
Twice a month, all right. So let's talk about the accessibility because I think this is interesting. Right now, it's only available in paper form.
It's print only.
Okay, it's print only. A lot of things nowadays are going the internet, right? Why has the Berkeley Times not gone online?
I think you're putting me on the spot, are you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a great question. And in fact, I think people who know me know that I'm actually a technologist. I came from the world of technology.
Oh, wow.
And so when I started Berkeley Times, and I am also the publisher and founder, the point of it was not to be online. The point of it was to write more intimately about people and to normalize everyone. And I just don't think that actually exists online. And we like writing about kids, and we write about people in the community really up close. And we can do things in print that you can't do online. You can't put a kid's name in online. No parent is going to allow that.
Sure.
Safety reasons. But we, because we're so respectful of learning environments, specifically, we're invited into every classroom in the city. which I think is very, very special. And it allows us to bring to life, I think, a very important part of this community that is not visible on the web. So that's why we're print only.
Yeah.
But I think the follow-up question here is, and I'll ask it for myself, is there's limits of being in print. And I noticed those. It's not as accessible because it's print only.
Right.
And there are advantages of that, and I've spoken to some of them. And there are disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages of many people with disabilities don't have access to it. But I certainly have no intention of putting this community newspaper online. I think we're destroying the way that what we do, and the tone of what we do, and the intimacy with which we write. But I'm working on something, but I'm still noodling it. I don't know how it'll work, but if anyone is watching right now going, oh, I know.
Yeah, but if they have an idea, yeah.
I want to hear from that person.
I'd like to find that out as well.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, but you know what? Really kudos to you for kind of sticking by your original intent for the periodical.
Raphael, it is validated every edition. I cannot tell you how powerful print media is within a community. People read this paper within this community knowing that they're going to be introduced to someone they need to know. Or they're going to be reminded of a connection in the community that they had years ago, that there it is again. And it is the surprise and wonder of print. There's something very connective about it that is not online. And yeah, so thank you for acknowledging that. We're very committed to it. We're in our 8th year now and growing. And I do think at some point we are going to have an accessible version. I just don't know what it looks like right now.
Right, but it's not in its current form. It's not in the current website form.
We are not.
Yeah,
we have no intention
right.
of putting this paper online.
But if something changes, that you would not be averse to that. You'd be.
To me, it's got to have some video. I think it would also have to be very highly produced.
I see.
Because an accessible version should be completely accessible.
Yeah.
So there's got to be signing. There's got to be I think a lot of different things. I think we should we're very visual, and I think someone should be reading the photographs.
Interesting.
And because they are so important to our paper, and there's so much wonderful photography, and there's so much tonality that just the articulation of the caption wouldn't do it. I think someone with a particular talent should convey the sense and tone, because that's what the purpose of the photos is. So to me, it really has to be invented as an accessible version of an intimately written print paper.
I'm someone who would rather read a book and have the book in my hand, or a magazine, or a newspaper. There is an intimacy to it. I mean, you're literally touching it, right?
You're meditating is what you're doing.
Yeah, so that's why I like the print medium. But you're right. I mean, there are people here who are enjoying this event, who will be showing up at this event, who don't have access to it. So, but don't worry about it, because Todd is working on it. Right, you're working on it.
I need help though, and I will take suggestions and calls, and someday we'll figure it out. There's so many people I've met through the years at CIL that I already envision are going to be a part of this project.
All right, I'm not sure who you're talking about.
I don't either.
But can I raise my hand? You said to raise your hand if we had an idea?
Yeah.
I'm raising my hand, Todd.
Okay.
I say that you team up with Power On in some capacity. We are visual. We have a voice, right?
Yeah.
We can tell the story and show images. I'm just saying that might be it.
Okay.
And it wouldn't just be an online publication.
No.
You see?
All right.
And everyone would be able to watch it as people are watching us live stream right now.
I am so glad I came here today. I did not know what I would find, but I think I've already found something.
There you go. Well, glad to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Todd Kerr, thanks for joining us.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. And I believe that we're going to take a break now. Is that true? All right. Well, everything good must come to an end at some point, even temporarily. So we'll be back with this very live streaming edition of Power On coming at you right after this.